So here's a quick glimpse video sent to us by Noah Robbins. Noah is a 2006 minor Bantam AA goalie. So right off the top, we can see that Noah's fairly athletic. He's very strong in his lower body, and he has pretty good edge work and control with his feet. He's also very good at battling for sight lines and seeing pucks through traffic. You can see he tracks well in battles and scramble situations also. Where I think there's a lot of room for growth is in Noah's ability to stay in control better. I think if we add a little bit more structure into his game, he's going to have a better ability to slow the game down and see it in slow motion. I find sometimes he gets himself into trouble, especially with positioning. It's not easy to see angles with a GoPro behind the net, but I find there's a lot of times where he is moving in straight lines forward rather than getting around the puck with his chest and getting there square first. You can also see when he slides, he doesn't do a great job of cutting and getting his chest facing the puck, which leads to a lot of reaching when we slide. So one of the issues that I found in Noah's game was his ability to execute an RVH. It's very important that if a smaller goalie, Noah here looks about he's 5'5", 5'6", being a 2006 goaltender, still has room to grow, but as of right now, he's still kind of on the smaller side. One of the issues with goalies at this size using RVH is their execution. If you're going to use an RVH, the execution needs to be spot on. So I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to pull it forward and bring it fast. So to me, this is an RVH situation. You can see he has a window view going on right here. I would like to see him have that glove foot on the post a little bit quicker here, and also get a little bit more forward hinge, so his body's more on a 45-degree angle. The 45-degree angle here is going to allow him to get a better view behind the net over his shoulder because it's called clearing the shoulder. So I'm going to bring this forward. You can see here, if I stop it right here, because of his bad hinge when he was on his feet, you can see that he is steel to steel. He doesn't get a good toe lock on this RVH, which isn't the biggest issue, but it does allow for a little bit of space. But when this puck comes around right here, okay, we can see that a play that's tight to the net like this is, comes close within half a stick length on a jam play. Number one, he's flat with his inside leg. So he's hinging here, which is the post foot. That's his hinge foot, or his anchor foot, sorry. This is his hinge foot. We want this foot to come up so that his body is now more on a 45-degree angle. Okay. The other thing I see here is right here, we want to jam that play. There's no way that this puck should be able to come up and through this lane. And if Noah has his stick there and has a good hinge, this play is going to die right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this clip, and you can see the amount of pressure that is sustained just on the little tiny details that Noah misses in this situation. Okay, so there's a missed cover when he's in that RVH. And because we have that missed cover, we have an additional 14 seconds of in-zone play. That play could have been dead right here if Noah covers that puck. And if he has a good hinge and gets his stick jamming this lane right here, that 14 seconds of in-zone time is now gone. So we're going to take a look at a couple more poor RVH executions here. So what I want to talk about is hinging or being flat. So here is the goal line. When I'm in an RVH, I prefer my guys to be on a 45-degree angle with their feet and their upper body. Now, a 45-degree angle isn't set in stone, but it's kind of like our base starting point. So when Noah enters his RVH here, you can see that this puck is moving up. Okay? As Noah enters, he's starting to hinge flat. So he's getting flat across the goal line, which is going to, number one, pull him off the short side here, but also allow an open up net high far side and low far side. So we're going to play this. You can see right here, Noah's hinge foot is now in the net. So the one thing that he's doing well here is he's staying over top of the puck. So his shoulders are being aggressive. This is probably the only reason that they don't score in this play. And he makes a shoulder save. Here's another RVH entry for Noah. This one from a butterfly. So we have a good pivot there. He's got a good push. And when he hinges, we can see how that foot is coming back in. So here we're going to do a quick goal breakdown that kind of falls in line with the RVH execution. Now on this goal, we can debate for a long time whether or not this is an RVH situation or if he could have played it differently. For the purpose of this video and purpose of kind of the topic of what we're talking about in terms of his execution of RVH, we're just going to break down the execution of his RVH rather than his decision to use the RVH. So right here, I like the position that Noah is in. He has good visual contact with the puck. He has good forward hinge with his hinge foot here. He's solid on the post here. Everything here looks okay to me. Now, as I move this forward, we can see that Noah is flattening out. Right there. Okay? So like I said, when I call flattening out, we got his both feet across the goal line. I'm assuming that Noah is anticipating this player coming around, which allows him to go post to post easier. But if he stays hinged forward, all we do is initiate a cut, and then we're able to go post to post. Here you can see he's flattened out. So here's a good still frame to see that Noah's chest is facing up ice. Because he's not on a 45-degree angle with his body, and he's lost his hinge foot here, he can now not bump and get on top of this puck. If he pushes from this post, he's going to go the direction that his chest is facing. If we can get his chest to come more around and square up, he's now going to fill more net on both sides of his body, and he's going to be able to get on top of this puck with his hands also. As that puck comes out to this player, we can see that Noah is flat and he has no chance to make that save going cross-body high. Like I said, we can debate whether or not there's a different situation that he could have used to play this, but because he used the RVH, we're just going to break down his execution. So I'm going to play this again. So as you can see, Noah is coming back. He starts to flatten out. As that pass comes, now he's across the goal line. If he is hinged on a 45 with his feet here, what that would allow this shoulder to do and his glove is to now smother and get on top of that puck, creating more size and filling more net. That probably would have let him have a better chance to make this save. Now, let's credit the shooter who makes a good play here. He puts the puck in a good spot. But if Noah is on a 45-degree angle in this RVH, he's going to fill more net and he's going to occupy a lot more space. The chances of that player hitting his shoulder or hitting his glove would have been much greater.
Hey, Boosh, just finished watching the quick glimpse breakdown you did on Noah Robbins. Thought you did an excellent job breaking it down. First thing I noticed right off the bat was Noah's a smaller goalie, and he loves to slide. I think for him, for all goalies and small goalies in general, they'll benefit significantly by being more patient and holding their feet in all situations, just because there's no need to slide. When you slide and you're on your knees, it's very hard to change direction. You expose a lot of the upper part of the net. Your hands can't move when you slide. There's a lot of things. So I think for him in this offseason, should really focus first and foremost on being comfortable holding his feet and recovering back to his feet.
One thing, too, you can see when he slides is he doesn't do a very good job of getting his chest around the puck. So what we don't want to be doing is we don't want to be opening up holes when we slide. And the fact that he doesn't turn his chest before sliding creates a lot of reaching. So I feel like if he can kind of tie in a little bit more structure into his game and get his chest facing the puck more, he's going to have a lot less holes. But you nailed it when you talked about gaining his feet. Like if he can just gain his feet and simplify his game, I think he's going to have a lot more success. And I think the consistency in his game is what we're really looking for. Noah's a AA goalie, and if he wants to make that jump to AAA, I think he's got to get more consistent in his game. And I feel like fine-tuning those details is really going to help him find consistency.
And on top of the sliding part, he gets outside his parallels quite a bit, and that leaves him scrambling. I do think that comes into that turning the chest part. Since he's not leading with the chest and turning it, he's really not in control in his slides.
If anybody else is looking for a glimpse, we're taking videos, so you guys can hit us up on YouTube or Instagram. You can send us a video, we'll break it down for you, and then we'll post it in our quick glimpse series.